Welcome to our podcast. In today's episode, we'll be going over NXT Stand and Deliver, Wrestlemania Night 1 and 2, and we'll talk about Raw and NXT. I am Curtis Elmer, and next to me is our co host.
Francesca Aguirre.
Podcast episodes are Monday and Wednesdays. Mondays, we talk about SmackDown, the upcoming Raw, and if was a PLE, we'll talk about how the PLE results are. Wednesdays, we will be talking about Raw results, NXT results, and any upcoming PLEs in the upcoming SmackDown of that week. Starting off with NXT Stand and Deliver, the results of the opening match, or technically it was the pre-kickoff match, was Joe Gacy versus Shawn Spears, which was a pretty good match, in my opinion. Though, someone that was supposed to be retired came back in 2 weeks and attacked Joe Gacy, being Ridge Holland. We'll be talk about more about Ridge Holland later for when we talk about more about NXT. So the first match was Joe Gacy defeated Shawn Spears after being attacked by Ridge Holland. Second match is NXT Tag Champions Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin versus Nathan Frazer and Axiom. What is your opinion on that match?
My opinion on that match, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin did good, did amazing. But from my opinion, I think they deserve to get that title taken away.
Well, with them winning that match and saying deliver, I feel like they got gypped in NXT. the 2 days later, right? 3 days later? Yeah, 3 days later. They were so gypped from that. Though, I'm proud for him. Our next match is the NXT North American title match. It's a triple threat with Obi Femi, Josh Briggs, and Dijak. I mean, all three of them came out very strong in this match. Dijak was really powerful in this match. One of my favorite ones was when when Dijak was trying to pick up Josh Briggs, and Obi Femi came up under them and just did a triple powerbomb. But in that match, the NXT North American Champion, Obi Femi, had retained. Now, we'll be going on to the six-woman tag match. Thea Hale, Fallon Henry, and Connie Jordan versus JC Jane, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame. I like Thea Hale, but I didn't really like the match. I wasn't really into the match anyway, so I didn't really watch it as much.
I don't know, because for people to be the youngest woman champion, they act like some women who are young with championships. They don't fight good with the championships.
But that's why Thea Hale is super athletic, and being young, she could definitely be really pull up really good matches with it. Compared when you're older and you have more injuries and stuff, or more injury prone. Compared when you're younger, you're actually more athletic. You're able to move more, and you have more energy to be able to have really good matches. That's why NXT is really good because of their star power being really young athletes. That's why I'm really happy for NXT. So in that match, we have Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Connie Jordan winning and defeating JC Jane and them. Our next match is for the Women's Championship with Lara Valkyrie versus Roxanne Perez. I really love Roxanne Perez's new character.
Same.
I really enjoy them. How she used to be a really good two shoes, and now she's completely really good heel.
Yeah.
She can really play two characters.
Yeah, it's tricks people.
And in that match, Roxanne is the new Women's NXT champion, defeating Lara Valkyrie. Because Lara Valkyrie was injured entering that match with a injured arm, and still is injured, yet still wanting to fight for some reason. She gotta stop it, but she won't. Next match is for the NXT Men's Championship with Ilja Dragunov versus Tony D'Angelo. That match was good, but people actually thought Tony D'Angelo was going to win that match.
For me, I knew he wasn't going to win it because, I don't know. For me, I think he needs a little bit more experience.
'Cause I know a lot of people have been saying they want to see Dragunov do a passing of the torch to D'Angelo to run NXT with the family. So then Dragunov can move on to the main roster.
That's true.
So some people were disappointed with that, but overall they really enjoyed the match. It's one, but normally that would have been the main event because normally it's the men's championships usually always the main event. But with Dragunov being Tony D'Angelo, we have the actual main event: Trick Williams versus Camaro Hayes. That was an awesome match.
It was.
I'm I loved every bit of that match.
Same. Like, it was, like, amazing.
I am a huge Trick Williams supporter. I love his music and I love the ad-libs of Whip That Trick. It's one of the best theme songs and fan
Nah.
interactions.
For me, I'm, like, a Carmelo Hayes fan.
Well, you gotta be happy because that's gonna be something we're gonna be talking about in the NXT
Yeah.
part.
Yep.
And what was announced at Stand and Deliver was a new Women's North American Championship. And that means we have a mid-card title for the women's. So that's going to be there are going to be a lot of champions coming from this.
Yeah. Like,
And I
there's,
think it's at spring break, I think. NXT spring break, I think they're going to be doing a match for it.
I think so. But it's gonna be good because let's see who's gonna be like the athletic one, like woman to get that championship. It's gonna be a good match of all like great women in NXT fighting for that.
Who do you think might be the best choice to win the women's North American title?
Oh, that one's a hard one. I don't know. Maybe Lyra.
Ooh, that could be a good one.
Yeah.
I still think Thea Hill is going to win a title, but now with the North American one, I think she's going to go for that one.
Maybe.
Because she would still be the youngest champion,
Yeah.
women's
That's true.
champion. Because you can't be the youngest male, because that's Nicholas.
Yeah.
But she would be the youngest women's champion for something. So we'll be moving on to the recap of WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday. So the opening match was Rhea, which was the current champion, versus Becky Lynch. Who did you have coming out of that match before?
Becky Lynch. Every time she goes for a championship, I always choose Becky Lynch, and every time she loses.
I really thought Becky was going to win that. I thought Becky was going to win that match. I was so looking forward to Becky winning it.
Yeah.
Because it had everything going for her. Because everyone thought she was going to win the Royal Rumble. But then Rhea did. Not Rhea.
No, Becky.
Becky.
And Bianca.
Bailey.
Bailey.
We had the wrong people. That was last year. And then Becky won Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So everyone thought Becky was going to win at WrestleMania. I'm surprised. Rhea won cleanly. There was no interference.
I know. That was surprising.
I absolutely thought maybe Dom would come out.
Yeah, and distract the referee or something.
So in that match, Rhea retains against Becky. Now, the next one is the 6-pack ladder match. Who were the teams that you thought were going to win that match?
Okay, for me, I knew, I had a feeling that R-Truth and The Miz was going to get the Raw and SmackDown one. To get both.
I had picked Austin Choose as one of the people, but I had said DIY as well to be one because I thought that with being a ladder match that there would be a way that they might split it. There could have been a way to keep it, but I was like, if for a tag team championships when it's undisputed, that means they had to have 4 titles up there. They're not gonna have it all in one thing. They had to have it split somehow. So I assumed DIY was gonna get one of them. Though DIY's on Raw, right?
Yeah.
DIY on Raw could, I guess, beat Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and go against R-Truth and The Miz and go for the titles. DIY could help them against the Judgment Day and try to get a title match against them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because now they actually have a chance for it. Because before they had to go against the Judgment Day, who had help. This time, the Judgment Day won't be a part of it.
Yeah.
Unless the Judgment Day tries to interfere. So then they can get their title match and stop any tag team from trying to take it from them.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll be seeing by how the draft goes.
Yeah.
So, in that match, A-Town Down Under won the SmackDown Tag Team titles, which I'm proud for them.
Yeah.
And now I understand their name. Originally, I didn't understand their name, but now I understand Down Under being Ozzy.
Yeah, and then
A-Town
being Austin.
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
And they're both young.
Yeah,
So
they're both.
They are new champions and could be pushing for younger talent. And I think at the end of this, we should also talk about, which we should probably do every month, talk about the current champions and who we think will be the ones that they've thrown them.
Yeah.
Be the next one. So, and then Awesome Truth won the Raw Tag Team Champion titles. This is R-Truth's first ever win at Wrestlemania.
Yeah.
Which I'm so happy that they give it to him.
Same.
Especially that he won twice in the same match.
Yeah.
He pinned them and then took the titles.
Well, pinned, but that didn't count.
Well, that counted 1, 2, 3. He won a tag match and a ladder match. So, he's such a good comedian.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that he had that character. Because if he stayed as Clay Click, I don't think he would have gone as far.
And no, how he was.
But when he became R-Truth, I think is really what pushed him.
And no, then how he only had to like get like tagged in.
Yeah, the fact that every time he gets tagged in, he gets like Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And he can take down anyone in the ring.
That's the funny part.
Now we'll be moving on to what would have been Rey and Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Dragon Lee was taking out in SmackDown, which led to Andrade actually taking in the spot, who people would have thought would have been Carlito.
Well, Andrade is more better than Carlito. That's a problem. That why he stepped in.
That match, Andrade was so good.
Yeah.
And they did. I think that's like the first time, unless Dominic and Rey did it. First time we saw Lily doing a frog splash with Rey on his shoulders, because he's so super tall.
Yeah, that's true.
They could take out 4 people with just them 2.
Yeah.
By just reaching out. And Andrade looks so cool with their green. Andrade's mask is so nice.
Yeah. I was confused to see who that was, but I didn't know. Until he got the mask taken out, I didn't know it was Andrade.
I thought originally, I'm like, wait a minute, did Dragon Lee get back in? How?
Yeah.
But then, and then they said it was Andrade. I'm like, wait, when did Andrade join them? I was so confused. I did not watch SmackDown the day before.
I did because I only watched like stuff before like an event.
I was supposed to, and then I fell asleep. And just kind of forgot to actually read any highlights of it. So I just kind of forgot to do that and just never really thought about that. But Rey and Andrade defeats Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar with the help of Jason Kelsey. I'm surprised they were there, especially wearing masks.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised. It was in Philadelphia.
So, we'll be talking about later in this night, but something I really liked due to a throwback. But then our next match was Jay versus Jimmy.
That one was my favorite.
That, in my opinion, was the worst of both nights.
How?
Worst, and that's a good thing. It was a really good match, but being considered the worst of the entire 2 nights, that means it's high prestige for the rest.
Yeah.
And that means the WrestleMania was high prestige. Because the only problem we had with it was super kick fast, and that's their only move they have with an 11-minute match with no stipulation.
That's true.
That's why Backlash or SummerSlam they could do it at one of the Saudi Arabia shows. Because they're probably gonna have it do at different shows that are outside, so then they get more pops. Because this was in the U.S., but having it outside in another country could get them bigger pops. I think they're gonna do They're gonna do a stipulation one.
My question is, do you think that they're going to get back together?
No, because I think Jimmy's gonna mess with his World Heavyweight title match.
I don't think so.
I mean, Jimmy's not done. Jimmy's not done with Jay. Because Jay speared him off the side later on in the show. So I don't think Jimmy's done with him. But we'll see at SmackDown
Yeah.
tomorrow. So Jay defeats Jimmy in that match. I'm really happy for him. I've cheered for Jay. I love how everyone
How
interacts
like
with his.
they do the yeah.
Yeet.
Every time I watch it with my dad, he always does the yeets, and same with me.
I always do it. My parents are like, "Calm down, you're so loud."
Same.
Because all I can do is just start doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just into that. Next match, which was a really good showing, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi versus Dakota Kai and the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, that's actually good.
And what people have been talking about is they call themselves, I think they call them like the big women or like that.
Mhm.
That's what their team is. And they're like, any combination of them are probably going to go after the tag champions against the Kabuki Warriors and take their titles.
That's true.
Because they don't think that this war with the damage control isn't done yet. They're going to
No.
probably do a couple more, and they're probably going to take the titles at the end. And the reign of the tag champs. Because how long have they been tag champs now? Oh, yeah, then they went at Royal Rumble. Oh, no, they went at SmackDown before the Royal
yeah,
Rumble.
SmackDown
Never
before
mind.
Royal Rumble.
So 75 days.
Wow.
I mean, not as long as I thought, but...
Yeah, but
I mean, pretty long. I mean, I feel bad for Kazan, Chainsuke, and Carter. They didn't even have it that long.
I love them as tag team people, like tag team champs. They were good.
Actually, did NRL and them even have the title? Anyway, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi defeat Dakota Kai and Damage Control. Now, one of my favorite matches of that night. Gunther versus Sammy.
Yeah.
Who did you have before the match? Before the entrances and stuff?
Sammy, because he needed to win like a title.
I had picked Sammy because, one, Sammy deserves it.
Yeah.
2, he never lost his title. He was ripped from it. 3, Sammy has now back-to-back has ended 600-plus day of reigns. He really deserves, because he's been in business for a long time.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
before he joined wrestling, he was El Generico in like Mexico and stuff. He was a really good wrestler, which I'm pretty sure he said died in a fire when he became Sami Zayn. So, which I think he caused it. You know, I think he caused the fire.
That was a nice match because, like, how both of them, like, how Sammy just started going crazy.
I mean, he did a brain buster onto the corner from the ropes
That's true.
on Gunther. That is surprising. Plus, it shows that the entire WrestleMania show that when you take your eyes off the main person, you lose your title.
Yeah, that's true.
Gunther took his eyes off and started messing with his wife and kids. He lost his title. Seth always would take his eyes off the title, and Drew took his eyes off the title. They both lost it. Roman took his eyes on Seth.
And he
Lost the
lost
title.
the title.
I think that's the main story there.
Yeah.
Take your eyes off the title.
You're going to lose it.
That's why Rhea didn't have any interference, because the other two kept wanting to look at what everyone
Hold
else
on.
did, because they
You
always
missed
would
one
interfere.
more champion, too, Io Sky.
Which I think is really great storytelling. So, Sammy ends the 666-day reign of Gunther, which it's a huge. Even though Gunther's actually younger than Sammy, it's kind of like a passing of the torch moment.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm pretty sure all the champions, all the new champions, other than Damian Priest, are older than what the original champions were. When we're in wrestling longer than them. So, like, all these guys that lost their reigns isn't, I don't know if that's considered passing on a torch if the person was in wrestling longer than them. Normally, if like someone is like in wrestling less than them, that's considered a passing on torch. But I don't know if it's someone that's wrestled longer than them.
Yeah.
Because like Cody's been in wrestling longer than Roman Reigns. Because Cody's been in it since like the 2000s.
And when did...
Because he was part of Legacy with Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh.
And because his dad, so he was in it for way longer. Just like how Sammy's been in it since like way longer than Gunther, because Gunther joined for NXT UK.
Yeah.
So Sammy defeats Gunther. But then the main event of night one is The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. Really good match.
It was a good match.
Though, I did think The Rock and Roman was going to win that.
I thought that Cody and Seth was gonna win it because I thought that there was not gonna be anyone from the bloodline there because like Jimmy, I thought he was gonna be like already like getting like out of like getting changed anything else because he already fought with Jay. I thought he was not gonna be there, but I keep forgetting about Solo who was there.
But the another thing was, it showed that The Rock says he's the final boss, but he's so scared.
Yeah.
He had to tell the person that he would fire him if he doesn't.
He counted to 3.
Which, he wouldn't have done that if he wasn't scared.
Yeah.
He knew Cody had it in him. But he doesn't like that someone else, not in his family, who also is a legacy, is more powerful.
That's true.
Because he wants to have the number one legacy. He doesn't want someone else's legacy taking over his. And that's why he wants to defeat Cody, because Cody actually has his legacy, and, well, was a part of legacy. But Rock has his whole bloodline, just like how Cody does. And Rock doesn't want another bloodline being buried in him. Because he thinks that he should be the best of the best. That's why a lot of people want a Stone Cold. I think Undertaker was a really good choice. But we'll talk about that when we get to that main event.
Yeah.
But The Rock and Roman defeat Cody and Seth. Now, Drew versus Seth. The first match. Who did you have winning that before?
Seth Rollins.
I had Drew was going to win it because Seth was fighting in 2 nights. And with his already back problems and stuff, I kind of assumed Drew was going to win it. I did not expect what would happen afterwards. Especially, I think Cody is healing. He's healing really good, and I think we could get a match at like Mania in the Bank or Saudi Arabia.
I don't know, but I knew that Damian Priest was going to cash in.
Clash at the Castle.
Yes.
Because it's in Scotland or like that, but that would be a perfect time for CM Punk versus Drew.
Yes.
Drew won the title, and instantly took his eyes off the title and put his eyes on Cody.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. Both FCs. On CM Punk. Causing CM Punk to react, take out Drew, and you hear Damian Priest's music hit. And we have the second heist of the century. Which, I still hate how everyone's like, he's the worst man in a bank holder. He shouldn't have held it that long. He's doing exactly what Seth did. But he's being smart about it.
Yeah, like, it was good that he used it in Wrestlemania. Because it was, like, nice. Like, I like how...
I'm pretty sure he's like the second or third longest Money in Bank holder to cash in and actually win a title.
Yeah, because most people who gets Money in the Bank just cash it in the same night and, like, don't wait for it.
And when was the last time a man had a Money in the Bank title, briefcase and actually won a title?
I don't know.
I don't think we had one since like 2019.
Yeah.
We have Damian as the new champion, new world heavyweight champion with a cash-in. Now we have the street fight of Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament with special guest referee Bubba Ray Dudley, which wasn't even announced before, and no one knew he was coming out.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a regular referee.
I'm glad they did it because they really wanted to get all these people that were part of some of the most big, famous WrestleMania matches, and getting these people to show up for WrestleMania 40. This was the WrestleMania of generations.
Yeah.
We're living history.
Yeah, we are. Like, it was like, I liked the match, though. It was good, the match.
This is the first actual Triple H WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon was a little bit a part of the WrestleMania 39. This is completely Triple H.
That's true.
And this was one of the best WrestleManias ever.
Yeah.
Triple H knows what he's doing because he's been in the main matches of multiple WrestleManias.
Oh, yeah.
Just like how The Undertaker was. But that match was actually, the match was really good.
It was good.
And I really, because they actually were really, it shows that Wreckham and it, you use Scarlett and
yeah,
B-Fab.
B-Fab.
They actually used them and showed that they can actually. Because I don't have they even really. Has Scarlett even done like any matches? I'm pretty sure that's like her
No,
first
because
match
yeah,
that
because
she's actually been in and wasn't even a real match, but she got to
yeah,
fight.
because I don't even think she's like a wrestler, is she?
No, because she's mostly just been a manager.
Yeah.
But I think she might be getting into a wrestling thing. I think she might become a wrestler soon.
No, how she just got like knocked out. That's it. And then Beef Up just got up before her.
I mean, they actually did like full on like beating each other up. They did multiple flying moves. They it was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. But Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits and Bubba Dudley defeat the Power Testament.
Yeah.
Now we have the LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Really good match.
It was a good match.
I had cheered for LA Knight before, and I thought he was gonna win.
I had like AJ Styles because he's like I like his moves, and I thought he was gonna win LA Knight.
I think this might be a passing the torch to LA Knight.
That's true.
Because the LA Knight is a newer. Technically, he's newer. He was in it like I think years and years ago, but he wasn't really in the main stuff. Like as a wrestler, he's much newer, and I think AJ Styles has been in it since 2000s because he was on WCW.
That's true.
So I think this is a huge passing the torch moment. I think this means LA Knight's either going to go for a mid-card title or it's going to go to the main event. We could even see LA Knight go against Cody.
I want to see that match actually, like Cody Rhodes versus LA Knight.
I want to see LA Knight versus Logan Paul because they both are really good on mic. They're both
They
have
both
charisma.
have beef.
Yeah, and they both have beef. And they never really had a full match. They were supposed to have a match, and then they just did Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And that was the only time they ever really got against each other. And then that just sent us into Ricochet match. So we never even get a good LA Knight Logan Paul match, which is why when LA Knight defeats AJ Styles, but the next match is Logan in a triple threat against KO and Randy Orton, which people think Randy Orton and KO could go for the tag titles.
Same.
Because think about it, RKO.
Yeah,
It could just be Team RKO.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Owens is KO and Randy Orton is RKO.
Yeah.
I think just Team RKO going for titles could be really good. SmackDown tag teams.
Because how they team up like to just beat Logan Paul in WrestleMania Night 2. They worked good together. They did.
Yeah, but due to KO and Randy Orton beating up Logan Paul, they forgot one thing. It's a triple threat. They had to fight each other. And before the match, Logan Paul came down with a Prime bottle. And oh and behold, it's I Show Speed. And he starts barking at Randy Orton. He starts barking at him.
And no, that was my favorite part. Then when Randy Orton just
Spartan kicks him, puts him onto the table, and starts barking back at him before RKOing him.
I think that should be a meme. Like
I need to get a gif of that.
Yeah.
I want to just get a gif of that and post that somewhere.
I just started laughing, and then my dad said, "What's funny? That's not even funny."
Randy Orton is just so fun because he just goes with anything.
Yeah.
Because he's been in wrestling for so long. He's done everything. He's just going with the flow and just having the vibes to spend time with these newer talents.
Making it like funny.
And I think, and he's really enjoying it. He's getting to meet all these newer people and these newer creators and all that. He's getting to see these guys who are the current faces of entertainment around the world.
That's
He's
true.
getting to experience that because he used to be top of the entertainment for many years too. And he's still gonna be able to wrestle and experience that instead of being retired like a lot of wrestlers are now.
Yeah.
Especially where a lot of wrestlers that came out in 2002 aren't even in wrestling anymore.
No.
They either with the movies or they just didn't make it.
Yeah. Like
Batista hasn't been in wrestling since he won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and now he's like only making movies and not coming in.
And the only movies I see him in is like as Drax.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm pretty sure that stopped. I don't think they're making a fifth movie.
No, I think they stopped it, I think.
Wait, was it the third movie before? Fourth. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched it. I still was supposed to. But Logan retains after hitting KO with brass knuckles in his stomach and face. And then sending Randy into the pole and then out and into the outside.
I didn't like that match because every match that Logan Paul is in, he always cheats with the brass knuckles.
But I mean, even if he didn't, they kind of beat each other up.
Yeah, I know.
And he has titanium in his hands.
That's true.
But I think he does that so then he's a heel, so he always cheats. But then eventually, when he doesn't have that, I think he's gonna pull off the perfect cleanest win.
I hope so.
Because he's gonna be like, I cheat just because I can. I can beat you normally, but I cheat because I can. I cheat because I want to. Because I think when he cheats, it makes it where it doesn't look like the person he's going against is bad.
That's true.
Because people think Logan Paul's a bad wrestler and stuff. So if Logan Paul cleanly beats them, they'll think that they just ended their momentum and buried them. But if he's cheating to end them, they think that's because it saves them. It means that they didn't lose just cleanly. They lost because the person cheated. So that means that they're not a bad wrestler. They just lost because they cheated.
I think, was it like last year that he fought with Seth Rollins, but he didn't
Last
cheat at all?
WrestleMania.
Yeah, last WrestleMania.
Technically he did because he had KSI, but then Seth Rollins pulled KSI into the announce table, and
yeah, but he didn't.
He injured himself.
Yeah, but he didn't cheat back. He didn't cheat, and then he lost. He needs to cheat to win.
I mean, only time, yeah, because he also tried to cheat. Well, he did cheat for the U.S. title, but I think isn't he like one of the longest reigning U.S. champions now? He's been it for a while now. He's done it since Saudi Arabia's match, Crown Jewel.
Yeah, I think so.
Logan Paul with 158 days. That means like he would have to win. He would have to lose it at Survivor Series
Maybe.
to tie, I think. To make it a year and a month. So, but if he does that, I mean, he'll become the number 1 longest reigning champion.
That's true.
And that'll be a third record broken.
What's next on the thing?
So, Logan retains. Then we got Bayley versus Io Sky.
I had Bayley on that.
I had Bayley too. But Io Sky, super athletic. Really good high flyer.
Yeah, super.
She really did really good. But I loved Bayley's new theme.
Same. Like,
I'm glad that Bayley won.
yeah.
I became the new champion.
Same.
After that, we have the main event. One of the craziest main events.
Craziest.
Cody versus Roman Reigns. So, what a lot of people say is this is 2 matches in one. The first match was the first 5 minutes.
That's true.
Like, they're like, the first 5 minutes, if it was just that, 5 stars. Then you have the second part, just that, 5 stars. This is like a 10-star match.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised people actually ranked it as like 4.5 stars. They didn't even rank it 5 stars. This should have been 5-star match. I don't know why they went. This is why ranking stars is nonsense. This would have been a 5-star match.
Yes.
We've had like 1 5-star match since the modern era.
Yeah.
Technically, this would be the first 5-star match of the Renaissance era, the Triple H, Paul Levesque era.
Yes.
But we had some interferences of Jimmy coming out, and then Jay came out to even the match, spearing him off the stage. People compare it to like 10 feet. Like, really good match. Really good part.
Yeah.
Then Solo comes out.
And then
John Cena returns.
Yeah.
And takes out Solo. And then The Rock comes out for thrice in a lifetime and takes out John Cena.
That's
but
true.
then all of a sudden, a gong hits.
And
the Undertaker comes back and sends The Rock into the ethereal realm of mystery. And then the lights turn off again and come back. And it's just The Rock, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Well, Seth Rollins came out at some point.
Yeah,
Don't remember when. I think it was before The Rock came out. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. No, it was after The Rock came out, but Undertaker didn't come out yet.
Okay.
Seth Rollins came out.
Yeah, because they beat up Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But then there was Seth Rollins, and both Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are trying to get back up, and there's a chair in the middle. And then Poetic Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Roman took his eyes off of Cody and hit Seth Rollins in the back, making him fall in the same way Roman Reigns did 10 years ago.
Well, you have to know that Roman Reigns 10 years ago, he deserved that chair in the back.
What? Excuse me? No. The Shield was one of the best. Plan B should have never happened. Actually, should have happened because that was a really good thing.
Yeah.
But in wrestling being a fan of the Shield, that they should have kept going. But in story guys, that was a really good thing.
Yeah.
Because what happened? But if that never happened, we could have saw the Shield become one of the best, though.
One of the best.
Could have actually rivaled the Usos.
Could have.
Because the Usos came around at the same time, too.
That's true.
But because the Shield were tag champs until they stopped, and then the Usos became tag champs for over multiple times.
Yeah.
What if the tag champions were combined during that time? We could have saw some of the biggest title reigns.
That's true.
Because they were split during that time. But then, after Roman Reigns hit Seth Rollins, because he took his eyes off Cody. Cody got up in time, and while going for a spear, Cody counters, turns it into 3 crossroads, and 1, 2, 3. New WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Ending the 1.3 thousand day reign of Roman Reigns. Ending the Roman Reigns era.
Yeah, that was actually a good match, and then it bring back people. It was actually nice.
And the cool thing is, everyone, including Sammy and Randy, came out and cheered with him.
And Kevin Owens did too.
Kevin Owens, which I forgot to talk about when we were talking about Sammy and Gunther. Sammy's entrance was really good.
It was.
Him seeing his wife and kids, telling his wife to have the kid not watch him. He didn't want his kid seeing him lose. And then seeing Chad Gable send him out and do the same thing that Apollo did to Rocky, telling him, go out there and win, but you owe me a favor, wanting a title match against him when he wins the title. And then, while walking and upset, getting ready, he sees KO, and they get the hug, and KO tells him to go win it.
And no, then in the Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, he did the same thing to KO.
Which I love, because they were such a good tag team together.
Yeah, they're great friends.
And I hope the draft puts them together again.
Yeah, that help they actually can get the tag championship maybe.
Though, what would happen if both? Well, I think we'll talk about it on Raw because there's actually something I want to talk about. But other than that, Cody defeats Roman Reigns. So now we're on to Raw after Mania review. So Cody kicks off the Raw with a new Cody theme song. It's like his same one, but with a lot of talking added bit at the end.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that's about, and I don't like it. It's not catchy. It used to be a catchy song, and then you go into talking.
Yeah, that's the bad part about it.
Like, why would he do that? It was so good before.
Yeah.
But he went out there with Triple H, and they got the show off. Cody talks about his why he's in wrestling, why he did the story, why he finished it. And he showed his daughter saying to finish the story, which I think was so cute.
Yeah, it was.
Though, originally, when he was looking up, I thought he was going to say his dad.
I know.
Yeah, I thought he was looking at heaven being like his dad, and then all of a sudden it shows his daughter. I'm like, that's not what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, same.
Because his entire thing before was doing it for his dad, but now he's doing it for his daughter.
I understand that, because...
Though, I hope his daughter, years down the line, enters the WWE and becomes a women's champion.
Yeah.
That honor the legacy.
But that's going to be when she gets older.
Yeah, it'll be the new generation.
Yeah.
Ilja Dragunov appeared on Raw versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I did not expect NXT stars to come up to Raw.
Same.
So I'm guessing they're also going to come up on SmackDown.
Yeah.
What I think might be... Actually, I don't know. Could be that people that appear on Raw and SmackDown might be entering the draft.
Maybe.
Because they're getting the feel for the thing.
Yeah.
Or it could be they're trying to see how well they'll do in the main roster, and if they think the match might not do that good, they'll say, okay, actually the person you'll go against in NXT will move up instead. So I don't know. So those are predictions we can go over because the next time we do it with you, it will be after the SmackDown draft,
Yeah.
and then it will be right before the Raw draft, and right before IPLE, which I'm excited about. But Dragunov wins against Shinsuke. We get R-Truth creates a six-man tag match with Little Jimmy. So it's Awesome Choose and Little Jimmy versus the Judgment Day. What was it? It was JD, Dominic, and Finn Balor.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Little Jimmy comes out midway through. John Cena comes back on Raw, and all three of them hit triple AA, hit a triple power bomb, and a triple knuckle shuffle.
Yeah.
And all three of them pinned at the same time and won. I like that the Miz took a bit and then went with it.
Yeah.
Because usually he's like, it better be real, not Little Jimmy. But he's like, R-Truth said someone you can't see. But then we get Indy Hartwell versus Roxanne Perez, which again, another NXT champion coming up to main roster for a match. Perez winning.
Yeah. I had her on that because I like Perez.
But I'm not sure. But then I don't know if it was in this match or NXT that one of the people that they went against got attacked by someone else. I'm not sure. I think it was NXT that happened. But then WWE Draft is April 26th on SmackDown, 29th on Raw. And then was it a 6-man contender match?
I think so.
Or is it a 4-way? I don't know. But we have a 6-way. Basically, the main contenders was Drew and Jay. CM Punk stops Drew from hitting his Claymore.
Yeah.
And resulted in Jay getting the victory, costing Drew another chance for the title.
I like that part because then when Jay won, CM Punk just started doing the.
So I'm glad for Jay. So Jay's gonna be doing is gonna be doing a title match against Damian Priest, which I don't know at what show. Now we'll be moving on to talk about NXT, and then we'll go over our Raw and NXT predictions and SmackDown predictions and stuff. So on NXT, we had Nathan Fraser and Axiom versus Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin for the tag titles, which I didn't know that they were gonna get a second match. Who did you have for winning the match?
Like the Braun Breaker and Byron Corbin.
I thought they were gonna. I didn't actually know about this match, but I thought Braun Breaker was gonna retain because I thought they were gonna have until at least spring break. But Nathan Fraser and Axiom win the tag titles 3 days after their original match.
Yeah.
Kind of jipping Braun Breaker in them. They had the win and then lost it, which the way it ended I like because I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker tried to spear Nathan Fraser. He jumped and he stopped right before hitting Baron Corbin. And he started really apologizing. He's like, "Did you get hurt? Are you okay?" Like, he really cares about Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
They got really good friends with that, and I really like how that went out. Braun Breaker announces that and bids his farewell to NXT because he enters the WWE Draft.
He signed with SmackDown, was it 3 months ago?
Yeah, technically, he signed with it.
Yeah.
But I think he wasn't, since he was tag champions, they couldn't fully move up yet, and that's why he's ending the draft because technically his contract can now be switched.
That's true.
I think he said that he's going to SmackDown, but the draft could send him to somewhere else. But I think he's going to SmackDown anyway. 'Cause I think he's already a part of that. He could be going for the U.S. title.
That, or I hope that he goes to Raw maybe. Because Raw, he could fight with Sammy.
Yeah.
And Steve.
That could be a good match.
Yeah.
But then, before we do that, Final Testament attacks Nathan Fraser and Axiom, trying to go for the NXT titles. Does that mean that the Final Testament's going to NXT?
Could be.
Yeah, that mean they're going down because that means Karrion Kross is going to NXT. He can go for the main championship, main title.
Because they could practice a little bit more.
I mean, Scarlett could go for the North American Championship.
Yeah.
They could make the final testament super overpowered NXT. Give Karrion Kross the title. Give Akam and Razar tag championships. Give
Yeah.
Scarlett the North American Women's Champion, and then they'll all have titles.
Yeah.
They could be a very dominant force.
Yeah, it could be.
And then you can get another faction, because they have so many factions in NXT. Go against them to try to take their stuff. Then we have Ivar attacking and going for the North American Championship. Who do you think might win that match? Ivar versus Obi Femi.
Obi Femi.
I think Ivar might end Obi Femi's reign. Because Ivar has the... Did you... Okay, normally you won't think he's athletic. Did you see his moves?
Yeah, I see.
He was super athletic just then. He did flips. He was doing flips and rolling around the ring. He was really athletic for someone that you wouldn't think was athletic, because he wasn't that
Yeah.
athletic before. Especially, he doesn't have his partner.
That's true.
Because I don't know whatever happened to them. Valkyrie disappeared, and Eric disappeared. But Ivar now is on NXT. I think he could actually end Obi Femi's reign. He's the only
Yeah.
one that seems as powerful as Obi Femi.
Could be.
Because people think Obi Femi's really unstoppable. He doesn't have anyone that matches him. Ivar, coming out of nowhere, seems to be on par with him. We could get a really good 4 or 5 star match there.
Yeah.
But I don't know when their match is. Could be at NXT Spring Break, or it could be wherever the next NXT PLE is.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough time for a good rivalry when it's only 2 or 3 weeks away. But we'll see. Now, announcement. 3 different announcements. 2 different announcements. Champion versus User Leave Town match. With Dragunov versus Trick Williams at NXT Spring Break.
Oh.
Who do you have winning that?
Not Trick Williams.
Because that's it. So what I think is happening, if Trick Williams wins the champion, Dragunov might have to leave town. Leave NXT. Because he'll probably enter the draft. Because it was the week before.
Yeah, it could be.
But if Trick Williams loses, he can also enter the draft.
I think Trick Williams not gonna win it because I think Carmelo's gonna risk.
We'll see, because announced at the same time, because Carmelo attacks Trick Williams and announces a steel cage match for next week.
Ooh.
Which, that's real separation. That's a really good thing for this.
Yeah.
Who do you have, Trick Williams or Carmelo, for this? This is part 2 of their thing. There's probably going to be a 3-part thing.
Carmelo. For me, it's Carmelo. Always.
Yeah, it probably will be Carmelo, just so they can make it it'll be, okay, you have 1 win, I have 1 win, we do a final third round, basically.
Yeah.
But what do you think the third stipulation would be? Last man standing could be good.
Could be.
Though, I think with the Usos, people made this joke before, and I'm going to say it. Last Uso standing. They could get us good. They do another part where Jamie wins, SummerSlam, last Uso standing.
Could be, but I don't know because.
Or you do that Money in the Bank when the last Civil War happened.
Yeah.
So it would be the exact year after the last Civil War, and you have another Civil War, the Uso Civil War.
That'd be actually good.
Because the year before, they had pinned Roman for the first time in 3 years. Now, the Usos are fighting each other.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think in Dragunov Trick Williams, I think Dragunov's going to retain. Trick Williams can go to SmackDown and go for the U.S. title.
Could be, but he wouldn't win.
I think Trick Williams could beat, or Trick Williams goes to SmackDown, LA Knight wins the title, LA Knight versus Trick Williams.
That'd be a good match.
Because I think Carmelo Hayes is going to interfere with the Trick Williams match.
Yeah.
Because if they're doing a 3-part, he's going to mess him up and could do a match at Spring Break the week
Could.
after.
Yeah.
Or they both go to the main roster and do their final match at the PLE at Backlash.
I don't know
Because the draft is right before it.
we need to see like who goes to who. Let's see, they need.
I
to
mean, it
see.
doesn't matter. Jimmy and Jay's on 2 different brands and they still fight each other.
That's true.
So that could be a really good match.
Yeah.
And then we got Javon Evans, who debuts, which I don't really know who that is. But
Same.
he's a 19-year-old and he's really athletic.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see how he does in NXT. Hopefully he proves himself and we could see a new North American champion.
I hope so.
Now, so we have let's talk about the ones that have retained their titles. Out of the past 5 days, out of all of them that have retained their titles, we have Rhea, Logan Paul, Dragunov, Kabushi Warriors, Are those the only ones that didn't lose a title?
I think so.
Just four? Okay. Just four, because everyone else. Oh, in North American champion. So, Obifemi, who do you think who do you think would be the next person to get the title, to beat Obifemi and win the title
I don't know.
out of the current wrestlers?
I don't know actually.
Because I mean, Dominic has done it and Ivor's doing it. We could have multiple more people coming from main roster down to NXT to take a title.
Maybe Jay. If he doesn't win Damien, maybe Jay could go to get it.
If Jay does that, his other brother could come in and interfere.
Doubt it. I don't.
Because then
don't
what if
think so.
Solo decides to join with Jay, and then it'll be Jimmy, his other brother, versus Solo and Jay?
I don't think so because
Because Jay doesn't really fight Solo. He only did it during
No.
the Civil War, and that was it. They don't really cross paths, but he's been really busy with Jimmy. Which means, right now, we'll see at SmackDown, but Solo has no one really in charge of him anymore. Unless The
Yeah.
Rock tries to be bossy, but he's the right-hand man. He's supposed to be the next one in charge.
yeah,
The Rock is not supposed to take over on him. He's supposed to be the next one in charge after Roman loses his championship.
yeah,
But The Rock is just leaving, but he also might be trying to mess around, and we could see what Solo does. Solo could even all of a sudden attack Rock
yeah. That's true.
because The Rock is taking his chance. Now we have the women's Raw champion, Rhea. Who do you think would beat Rhea? Be the next person to try to beat him? 'Cause this is over a year-long reign now.
We need to see what's happening in the draft. Because in the draft, if Lyra gets into the draft and gets drafted to Raw, maybe she could be Rhea.
Could be.
But I think she's the one who beat Becky Lynch for the title.
She did.
Yeah, and I seen her move. She's good. She's good.
But something that people brought up was almost every time Charlotte comes back from a hiatus, she wins the title like instantly.
That's true.
So if Charlotte comes back by SummerSlam, she would probably win the title. But I feel like Charlotte shouldn't be the one to beat Rhea. I know Rhea beat Charlotte for the title, but
Yeah.
I don't think Charlotte should take the title from Rhea.
No, because every time she comes back, she gets the title.
And because the thing is, I think she only needs one more title to surpass the all-time record.
Yeah.
Because I think she has like 15, 14 different titles.
I think 14, yeah.
And they're trying to make her match with Ric Flair's titles. I think it should be because who is realistically stronger could be pushed stronger than Rhea. I think, and some people think that too, to push for a newer talent, Tiffany Stratton. She was a really good champion in NXT, and she hasn't been seen on TV in a bit. She could be entering the draft.
I don't know. But I think
I mean,
the strongest
It's
one...
Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time now.
Nah. But I think the strongest one, if she goes into the draft, Jade Cargill.
Well, I think Jade Cargill, she might go for it, but I think if Tiffy gets it, and then it will be Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill.
That's true.
That's a really good triple threat match. You have a new talent,
Yeah.
a talent from another company, and a veteran. You have a really good stipulation right there.
That's true.
You have 3 people from 3 different areas, all in one ring.
Yeah.
That's a really good match. You could even make a 4-way and have Rhea in it. That a fatal 4-way with all of them could be one of the best matches. Could be a number 1 match contender for the year.
True. That could be.
Because remember, last year people thought the best match was a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the women's title.
Yeah.
So having a fatal 4-way for the women's title could be really good because these are all big superstars
Yeah.
who are really good at wrestling. Now, we have, I think, the women's tag team champs, which are the Kabuki Warriors. Who do you have that could dethrone the champions?
Dethrone them. Maybe Naomi and Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I think Naomi and Bianca Belair goes for that. Jade Cargill goes for the women's title.
Yeah.
But I think they should be in the same brand if they're gonna be the big women, the big 3.
Like, maybe Rhea could be like move over to
Oh yeah,
SmackDown.
because they did that last year. They could switch the brands.
Yeah,
Then.
and then Bailey goes to Raw.
Raw, so they're not with damage control anymore.
Yeah.
That could be good. And then she can't technically get her rematch.
Yeah.
Because they're not in the same brand anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Cody, I think is going to SmackDown.
I
Because he's the champion. Because I don't think they're going to split Damian Priest with them.
I hope so.
Actually, wait a minute. If Rhea Ripley's going to SmackDown, Damian Priest would. If we're switching to women's titles, you would bring the rest of the Judgment Day.
No, because that'd be a good idea for the draft.
Well, because then you get also Dominic and Rey in the same brand again, because Dominic was forced into the draft.
No,
because they're supposed to I think do one more battle with each other, because it's already been 2 times that they wrestled.
That's true, but I think they should do like Dominic, JD, and Finn in one brand, like in Raw. And then Rhea and Damian in SmackDown, they separate half of Judgment Day. It'd be good.
I guess. I don't know how that'll work. But we'll see when the draft happens.
Yeah.
But then, okay, the final champion that hasn't been changed, which is Logan Paul. Who do you have to dethrone Logan Paul? People want him to be champion longer because they want to see him actually have really good feuds, but they keep going because he's really good at wrestling. I mean, he's put on some star matches, and if he keeps wrestling at multiple pay-per-views, he's gonna get really good. He's really good at it. Especially Cleveland, SummerSlam's in his hometown.
That's true.
So, if you're gonna make him lose it at SummerSlam. If not, have him surpass 1 year and possibly be the longest reigning U.S. champ, because they're so close. They're right there.
I think I got a best match for Logan Paul in SummerSlam. Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
What if Fatal 4-Way? Logan Paul, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and a mystery opponent.
Yeah.
Because Randy Orton's not done with him.
No.
Logan Paul never got his chance, or not Logan Paul. LA Knight didn't get his chance, and he still needs a title, so could be good to go for SummerSlam.
But who could be the mystery person?
And a mystery opponent. Because you can get you can get Trick Williamsworth, you can get Kamara, you can get someone from NXT that's moving up. You can get really good people, but I think just having a mystery opponent so no one knows could even be a returning player.
That's true.
From AEW or a debut person that's coming out.
The contract in AEW of Dean Ambrose is about to.
I'm pretty sure that's 2027.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure he has it until 2027.
No.
Yeah, I think he has a 3-year extension
Oh,
on
yeah?
his. Yeah.
I hope, I want him to return
though. What they could do, because you said you wanted Seth to go after something.
Yeah.
He could do is come down with the Shield thing and honor Dean Ambrose, because Dean Ambrose was a U.S. champion.
Maybe.
And kind of honor him with the Shield.
That'd be good.
Or we get Leslie, because Leslie has been missing, but he's a really good high flyer. And if it's a fatal 4-way, he's really good with the ladders.
Yeah, that's true. But I think if it has to be a mystery person, Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah, it could be.
So, I think that should be the end of it. It's already been an hour and 11 minutes. So, thank you guys for listening to our podcast. I know it might have been a little bit weird with how we're doing it. We're still kind of new to this, but we'll try. I'll try to at least do this every week. If I can't, that's okay, because we do this during our every other week usually. So, see you guys next time. I'm Chris Elmer, and my co-host
Francesca Aguirre.
And we'll see you guys on the Monday.
We got